are here in Forest City, Iowa at the Winnebago factory.
That's right, we're here to meet up with Russ Garfin and to take a tour of the Winnebago production facility. And I'm pretty excited about it.
I am too. You ready to go see some RVs get made?
Let's do it. Let's find Russ and go. And in this video, we're going to concentrate on Class B production.
Yeah, and they're actually made in a completely separate facility in Lake Mills, Iowa.
Yeah, it's about 15, 16 miles away.
It takes about 20 minutes to get here from Forest City.
Now, in this facility, they do the final assembly on the Travatos, the 59G and the 59K.
Yep, and the Eras, all three models.
The Super Chicken, the Kangaroo, and the Pufferfish.
Right. No more chickens, just super chickens.
Just super chickens now. And so they've got both chassis here, and you'll see these in the video as we roll through it. But it's not all done here.
Right.
There's some parts of the RVs which are actually made back in their main facility. In this, it is a big facility.
Yep, so now we're back in Forest City, Iowa. You're seeing the main plant.
I think they call this building Big Bertha. It's what you think of as a factory. I mean, it's got like parts dropping down out of the ceiling and the whole bit there. And there are a number of, not final assembly, but a number of the sub-assemblies for the Class B models that are made in Forest City.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with some of those, but first just more gratuitous factory footage because I think it's cool.
All right, and now you're seeing Russ and James walking through Big Bertha.
And our first stop is in the electrical department. This is where they put together the wiring harnesses and that sort of thing. And here's Russ Garfin going to tell us a little bit about what goes on in the electrical department.
Okay, this area here, these machines they're cutting, they're preparing wires to get ends crimped on them or whatever, but they're also labeling the wires. You know, every few inches you'll see a label on here.
Right.
That's beneficial when they build a motorhome, obviously, make sure they're connecting the right things with the right wires, but it's also very good for the customer for service. For as long as you own your motorhome, if there's ever a question or something, a service need, the technician can look at the numbers on the wire and tell exactly what this wire is for, what it's connected to.
Cool.
And conversely, if they're having a problem with something in the coach wiring-wise, it's a lot easier to diagnose because it'll say, look for this wire.
Right, you can reference it to a wiring diagram, and there you go.
Yep.
Cool.
Numbering each wire, that sounds like something that you would do.
Indeed it does. But also in the wiring department, they had a new super cool gadget, and here's Russ. He's going to tell us about this one. All right, so I don't see any wire nuts here, Russ.
Okay, this area doesn't use wire nuts. So that's something that we try to avoid. But this is where we're joining multiple wires into one wire, and we use a process called sonic welding. So she'll use basically high frequency sound to weld all of this copper together, and so it's really, really strong and durable. You don't need solder, and it'll last the life of your motorhome. And then she's covered it with a plastic sleeve.
I am so adding that to my Amazon wish list.
A sonic welder?
Yes.
So we can be at the dentist all the time?
Yes. On the catwalk.
Oh, yeah.
On the catwalk. Okay, then we wound up at where they were recovering seats.
Yeah, but these are all Sprinter seats.
Right, the ProMaster seats, they're not recovered.
Right.
They'd all been removed and they're going to be put back later, but I thought it looked like an airplane, so I had Steph be a flight attendant.
Yep, and I am a sucker for James's silly ideas, so here I am.
So here's Russ now to tell us what's going on.
Well, I recognize these. These are Sprinter seats, right?
Yep, these are the original equipment Mercedes Sprinter seats. What we do here is we remove the Sprinter cover and then we replace them with an ultra leather cover. Here you can see the raw seat with the cover removed.
Yeah.
And then as we move down a ways here, you'll see what a finished seat looks like.
Okay, so what exactly is ultra leather?
Okay, ultra leather is a company. Actually, it's in Japan, and a very high-tech organization. Makes a material out of polyurethane foam. They make these artificial leather, basically what it is.
Oh, okay.
But it's the highest quality that you can get.
Okay.
And
it's so soft.
It's so soft, and it's very durable. It actually will breathe a little bit. It'll last better than regular leather.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it's also a lot more for upholstery. It's a lot easier to get the shape, and you have less waste than when you're doing with leather. This is actually more expensive than leather for ultra leather that we purchased.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a very high-end product. If you go some places you can see it. Is some of the other cars. I know Ferrari is using ultra leather in some of their cars.
Nice.
Other car manufacturers as well. If you go to the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas, they have those really plush casino seats. Those are made out of ultra leather.
Well, it's hard to stop touching it too. It's so soft. Headache.
Okay, well, when we could finally get Steph to quit petting the ultra leather.
Ooh, we moved on, and this was even cooler than petting ultra
This was
leather.
the coolest machine ever. It's the foam sucker.
Well, I think they called it the filler machine or the
foam
filling machine.
sucker.
Well, it does suck foam, so yeah.
Look at that. This is the coolest way ever to actually get foam into cushions. Rather than wrestling with it and trying to jam it in there with your hands, they just slurp it down to like almost nothing.
Yeah,
and
and
then,
it's really hard to the touch.
And then
slip that cover on.
Slip the cover on, and there you go. You're done.
Yeah.
Now, I thought this was so cool that we actually convinced them to let us try it.
Okay,
so,
here's us. Here's us. We're
Wait,
actually
wait.
making something in Winnebago factory.
Yeah,
Check
well,
this out, guys.
And poof.
We did it! We did it.
Except it turns out that he was just humoring us, and this was not actually a part of any RV at all. He didn't have a cover for it.
Yeah,
it was
he
like
didn't
an
tell
off
us
cut.
that. He didn't tell us it right there. Now he's just told us.
Anyway, so this is the rest of the Stitchcraft department where they make all the fabric goods that go into the RV.
Yeah, like the designer things, the curtains.
The curtains, bedspreads, valances, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And unfortunately, though, you'll see Steph strolling through the Stitchcraft department. You picked up no sewing skills whatsoever.
You're not going to let me live that down, are you? My mom is an incredible sewer, and I don't have any of her skill.
Well, anyway, that was Stitchcraft. Then it was another walk.
Yeah, we got a lot of walking in
of
here
extra,
in
and that's
Forest
just
City.
even in the main building.
Right.
So another walk, and we found ourselves in like the plastics division.
Oh yeah, this was interesting too.
Yeah, so they make their own plastic stuff here.
Yeah,
They-
even the tanks.
Yeah, the holding tanks.
holding tanks, yeah.
But that's not what we're seeing here. Here, these are shower pans and stuff. And they have a variety of ways they do it. Like this was some sort of cold foam
Oh,
thing.
okay. So here you'll see them.
Yeah, this is a part of a shower pan, and this is actually like a heat-formed thing. And it like takes this hot mold and pushes it up through the plastic, and there it is. And notice it says "Do not approach" up there at the top, but that's
And
not,
there you are. You're
yeah,
breaking a rule.
That's not
That is so
stopping
out
me.
of character for you. That guy right there is probably yelling at you, saying to step back.
No, he's not. I think he was telling us that this was like a larger, more gratuitous factory.
Yeah,
footage.
because it's just cool footage, and it looks.
This has nothing to do with Class Bs, actually. It's just gratuitous factory footage.
Yeah.
It looks like it should be in a movie.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
But this could be related to Class Bs. They have a extensive prototyping facility there where they do mock-ups.
Yeah, and now we've already moved on to the design area.
Yeah, and here I was trying to pick out colors for our RV. This is before we had Lance.
Yeah, and this is one of the designers.
And my ideas were shot down with prejudice.
You can see she's saying, no, that's not acceptable.
Absolutely not having it.
Yes, yeah, we'll just let her
Then
do
we
her
finally
job.
made our way over to the Lake Mills facility.
Yeah, and this is where they do all the final assembly of the B vans.
The Travatos, the
Yeah.
Eras. It's a very different experience from the main factory. There's no line. The vans move around in stations.
Yes.
And they could be interspersed on the line. Like there could be a Travato and then an Era followed by a Travato.
Yeah.
Very, very different, very interesting. You'll see what I mean. So now we're starting off here at the first station. This is where they cut holes in the sheet metal of the van.
So, jigsaw, what are they? Drills, a lot of it's drills. Some of that, like that hole in the middle, there's just to take the weight away. You can imagine how heavy it is.
Oh.
The hole.
Yeah.
So somebody's about to do that. That's what's happening
Correct.
first.
Right.
Okay.
You can see there's templates all the way up.
And they all register on some point on the body, so you're getting
Yep.
them in exactly the same
Yep.
place each time. And then do they come back after they've cut it and like deburr and prime?
Prime, yep.
Okay.
We might see, we'll see up here on this next one, because they do the same thing on the Travato van as well.
And when they get all those holes cut, this is what it looks like. Can you tell what this is from the holes,
Well,
Steph?
it's a ProMaster, so it's definitely a Travato, and it's the G, because look at where the air conditioner is, and then the bathroom vent is off to the right.
Yeah, and there's the
Max
refrigerator
there.
cut out
To
over
the
there
left.
to the left.
Oh, yeah. And the
And-
window placement. That's
Yeah.
Yep, that's the G.
All right. Very good. Congratulations.
Yay.
I'm trying not to step on the freshly primed painted surface.
Yeah.
So now we'll see here some more of the holes. There's also some reinforcing steel. See that black steel in there?
Yeah.
That was added by Winnebago. Like they removed a window strut there and added a new one where they needed more reinforcement. There's some
Yeah.
holes in the floor for plumbing and electrical. And there's
Okay.
some more steel for reinforcement there under the bed.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Then the bands go up in the air. This is kind of the next station. And at this point, they're going to run a lot of the wiring, which runs underneath, as well as some of the plumbing and
Okay.
some of the propane lines. They all happen under here. This is, again, you can tell by that axle there. This is a Travato. Travato.
Yeah.
And lots of wiring going in at this station.
But I don't see the black and gray tank yet.
No, they're not in yet, although some of the plumbing is in. There's some of the low point drains there. That's what it looks like at the conclusion of that station up in the air.
Okay, so it's moving on now to the next station.
Right, and this is where they put in the floor and the insulation. You can see the insulation here,
Yeah.
but we get a better shot of that later.
Okay.
But I was most interested in the floor. So there's the subfloor.
Right.
And there's actually some insulation under it. You can see it drooping down there.
Yeah, it's like pink layer of foam stuff.
Yeah. So the floor is insulated underneath, and then
Which is great.
Yeah, and then the actual flooring is laid with adhesive. There are no staples or anything like some RV manufacturers will use.
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
Right, and I actually sat there and watched him spread glue over the entire thing. He didn't miss a spot.
Yes, he did. I
but
can attest to that.
It's my nature. So anyway, here it is at the completion of this station. Notice we've also got some of the plumbing going in at this point. There's a fresh water tank.
Yeah.
And when we look towards the back, we'll see some freshwater piping there, as well as the drain for the toilet and the black tank vent.
Back by the door there.
Right. So those are all starting to go in at this point. Next, we move on and we put in the ceiling.
Yeah, looking good.
It's starting to look like a room. So those are some little buttons there to hold it up. We've got some cutouts in the ceiling.
Okay.
And here I am with Russ talking about probably how we can move water lines inside, but on to the cabinetry department next.
All right, what do we have at this stage?
This is where we start our cabinet installing.
Okay.
Before we can install, we have to build the cabinet
Oh, you build them here. These aren't trucked in from Forest City?
in pieces. They kind of come like a jigsaw puzzle. You get one frame, you patch it up to the next frame, and put them together.
Okay.
That's what these gals are doing. This is their staging area for the guys that are going to install the cabinet.
Okay.
So you felt right at home in the cabinet shop, didn't you?
I kind of did.
I even recognized some of those tools.
Oh, well, very good. Let's see if you recognize some of the cabinets. Now, they come over in pieces, and they're putting them together here before they put them in the vehicles. Like that one, I think
I recognize that.
Most people
that's
would know
the
what
G bed, wasn't it?
Indeed it is.
Okay, I got one.
So from there, they actually go and they get installed as the vans make their way around. They're putting in some of the trim work there. And now it's starting to look like what you recognize.
It sure is.
Look at that. That woman is carrying an entire bathroom.
Oh, wow, she is.
So next station, this is where like the plastic parts that we saw being made over at Forest
and
City.
that bathroom is in there now.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
is an Era.
Indeed it is. Very good. So the plastic parts are coming in, and they're starting to put them into the van here at this point. And I think next we go, we're back up in the air, and that guy's not doing pull-ups. He's installing the generator.
Yeah, but he must have some strong shoulders.
Really?
doing
Imagine
shoulder
hoist
work
that up like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so the generator's going in here. Also, I thought this was interesting. So there's the close-up of the generator. But the work didn't stop inside when they brought it up into the air like that. So there are actually people working inside the van.
Yeah,
the guys
when it's
working...
hoisted up like that.
I know. I thought that was really
With the
cool.
other guy working below. Yeah, I did
so
too.
I grabbed the camera, and there we go. Recognize the fridge?
I do. We have that fridge.
Yeah. So they're doing some more finished plumbing, some finished electrical. There's some caulk. They're wrapping things up on the inside.
Yeah.
Back down on the ground now, some more finishing touches, like the big drawer in the back of the Era there.
Yep.
So that's all done, and now we are getting very close to being finished. In fact, I think they're just about done with this one. You're about to take a peek inside at this one. Is
It
an
was.
Era.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Got an Era here. And there it is.
There's a lot of protective wrapping on there, so it doesn't quite look as nice as it would when you saw it in a showroom, but
Yeah.
it's pretty much done at this point.
Yeah.
Now, there's just some final testing they do here at Lake Mills, and then they go back over to Forest City where they do things like leak testing.
Yeah, but that's not a camper van. That's not a bee.
Well, I couldn't control what they had coming out of the rain room when I was filming, but this is how they do the leak testing. They actually
That's a
put
mini
it in
Winnie, isn't it?
It is.
Aw.
They put it in like this rain room. That's what I call
That's
it.
so neat. So ours went through that too, then, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
We didn't see it, but
Very cool.
And from then, it's on to paint, which is over in Forest City as well. There's Russ and I doing some quality checks on it. And that's going to wrap it up for our factory tour. More gratuitous factory footage.
Yeah, because it's cool. Look, it's even kind of misty in the
I
background.
know. I was really working on my cinematography
Great
here.
job. I'm impressed with your camera skills.
So that's the wrap-up of our factory tour.
Now, they do give tours. So if you're in town in Iowa, I think you should go check it out. It's really a cool experience.
All right, so it's cool that I found this and all, but I got to ask, you bought a $3 million plasma cutter and this is what you're doing?
Yeah, making toys. That's all we do.
Awesome.